Hello, hello, hello. Today is the 25th of July, 2022, and I know we've all been waiting for 2 weeks to hear what Norm Winski has to say. So, Norm, I won't delay this any longer. The floor is yours.
Thank you very much, Jeff, for having me on your show. I thought we would go over quickly review when I was last on your show on Friday, July 8th. We had several things happening over that weekend. We had Uranus to the U.S. chart. Anytime we have something to the U.S. chart, U.S. stocks, T-bonds, U.S. dollar. Also that weekend we had Mercury perihelion. Hey, by the way, if you want to know anything about any of these technical terms, give me a call. I'll go over with you, give you a free class. All right, so Mercury perihelion, that's an 88-day cycle. Anytime you have Mercury, that's the grains, corn, soybeans, wheat. We have Pluto back to the where it was 248 years ago, big cycle there for the U.S. U.S. stocks, T-bonds, U.S. dollar. We had something to the U.S. chart here again. U.S. stock, T-bonds, U.S. dollar. And here's another one to the U.S. chart. Lots of stuff to the U.S. chart. U.S. T-bonds, stocks, dollar, all over the 8th and into the week 8th weekend and into the 11th. Okay, and then the afternoon of the 13th, we had a full moon in Capricorn at perigee. That only occurs about every 14 months, where the full moon is at its closest point to the Earth. And then if you went out and looked at the moon, you might have noticed it looked extra big and extra bright if you didn't have clouds. So anyway, anytime we have a full moon, new moon, we look at the financials, grains, precious metals, and because in the sign of Capricorn, we featured coffee too. So and then we had another Saturn, had Saturn to the U.S. chart there over the weekend of the 15th. So here we go. Here we go to look at the charts quickly, and we have our Mercury point here over the weekend of the 8th. And the rules are we will be looking for a possible opportunity the next morning's opening, which would be the Monday the 11th. And there you go. It doesn't get much better than that. If you we look for a reversal, the market was going up, up, up. In fact, it gapped up there, and if you sold that, you would have done very well because you had a sharp drop over the next couple days. Then over here we had the moon, and the greens tend to turn on the moon. And there you go. You were near close to that low there, and then you rallied, and so you did well on corn. Same thing. It's pretty much the same thing on soybeans. There you go. And then here's wheat. Green means you had an opportunity to make money. Red means it's a miss. Here's wheat. Did the same thing on the morning of the 11th, and then down, down, down. But then when we got to the moon, wheat was going sideways. The yellow box means we do nothing. That's a pass. We don't do sideways. And here's coffee going down, 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 and the low was there on the 15th. And there we go the next morning. If you bought, you were still in the range of the low day. And if you bought there, you would have done very well. That's almost 20 cents on coffee. It's every penny is $375. So that's a little shy of $7,500 in just a day or two. That's pretty good. Okay, oil was going sideways. We did nothing. Here's silver, popped up into the moon, and then if you sold there, you would have done well because it got whacked the next day. Gold did pretty much the same thing. Okay, then you got the S&P. We had lots of points for the S&P, and here we're right near that high there. And so you have 1, 2, 3, 4 on the over the weekend and into the morning of the 11th, and then we had a dropped, and you had a low possible low there and a pop up the next day, and then we came down, and then here we had a miss because it went quite a bit lower after that, and then this one over here on the weekend of the 15th, it just kept going up. So we had two misses there, and 5 winners. All right, here's the bonds. Was all good. You caught a low right here on the over the weekend of the 8th and into the morning of the 11th, and then over here we had had a little topping action here on the for the moon, and then the weekend of the 15th also another little top there. So that was all good. Here's the dollar going sideways into the weekend of the 8th, and then we had a little top here for the on the 11th because it dropped right into the next 2 days, and then again another top ahead of that high there. We were within a day of that high there before we had a more substantial drop. Here's the Aussie dollar. If it rallied into the moon, and the currencies danced to the moon, and it's kind of crazy because I majored economics and finance in college, and they told me that the central banks were running the show, and central banks must be looking at the planets because these currencies sure do turn a lot on the moon. So it rallied there into the high. If you sold there, it got whacked the next day, and you would have done well. Pound was going sideways, so no go there. We do nothing there. Canadian dollar rallied into the moon. There you go for a top. It had a big whack the next day. And here's the euro. Euro was at historic lows here. It actually got to parity with the U.S. dollar, something that has not happened since 2002. And here you are, right near the historic low, and then it rallied. You would have done well there. Here's the Japanese yen, just kept going down, and so that's a miss. And here's the Swiss franc rallied into the moon, and then like the Canadian dollar and one or two others got whacked the next day, so that was a winner. So we had 25 winners out of 29, 4 misses for 86.21% winners. Here's what's coming up. Tomorrow night, the 26th, the night of the 26th of July, we have the moon's north node. Oh, this is a 15.23, try again, 15.23 year cycle. I'll do a 15 and a quarter year cycle when the moon's north node lines up with the planet Uranus. And so that's a big deal. And so we have cattle, cotton, copper, and silver. So look for any extremes in these markets, and then you'll probably get a reversal within a day or two. That will allow a little more leeway for the moon's north node. If you call me up, I'll tell you why. It's not a planet, it's a mathematical point in space. Then we got a big cluster coming up the afternoon and the evening of the 28th. Mars will be changing signs by helio. That's from the point of view of the sun. Then we have a new moon in Leo. And anytime we have a new moon, full moon, we round up the financial grains, precious metals. And then because it's in Leo, we'll be looking at corn and gold, emphasis corn and gold. And then also that night, we'll have Jupiter turn retrograde, which is one of my top things when planets turn direct or retrograde. And you want to watch the stock market then for any extremes there. So that's a real nice cluster there. The afternoon of the 28th into the night of the 28th. Look for something big to happen the morning of the 29th. Okay, so I got a little bit of experience here. I've been doing this about 45, 50 years, depending upon when you start counting, whether you count before I was on the exchange in Chicago or from that point on and so forth. And during that time in Chicago, I was studying everything I could. I started studying the astrology back in college, and I was on the Chicago floor trader for 12 years. Yeah, 12 years. And now here's you. If you want to call me, I'll help you with these technical terms, get you a free class, and help you get started here if you'd like. If you're doing better than 86% winners, by the way, please call me. I'd love to hear about it. And if you're not, you should call me so you can get better. And also one other thing, all my stuff looks complicated, but after I explain it, you realize nothing I do is over grade school level. I like to simplify everything. All right, so give me a call. The sooner the better. This is my deadline weekend, cranking out the August letters here at the end of the week. So if you could please call me here in the next day or two, I can help you. It would be, I'm here in beautiful Naples, Florida, 239-594-3939. Or you can email me at nwinski, Winski, at embarqmail.com, or call me for free on Skype, Winski_digit1. Looking forward to helping some of your folks, Jeff. Everybody have a great day and a great week.
Norm, thanks. Looks like we have some major events coming up this week after the 26th and the 28th, so I'm certainly going to circle those dates on my calendar. It's very nice of you to give us all this information. It certainly has worked over and over again. Norm, thanks so much, and we'll see you back in a couple of weeks.
Thank you very much, Jeff.